Thank you. Tomorrow, funeral services are set to begin for former President Jimmy Carter. He died on Sunday at the age of 100. The Georgia native family released this statement Thursday on social media, saying the outpouring of love and support they've received confirms that Carter's family extends far beyond blood relatives. It goes on to say they are grateful for the words of comfort and the acts of kindness following the passing of such a champion of human rights, justice, and peace. And Jimmy Carter's death has a lot of people wanting to know more about his life and how he went from rural Georgia to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue and then back to rural Georgia again. And tonight we are taking you from Jacksonville to the small town of Plains, Georgia. It's a town that is already missing him. This is the place where he was born and the place where he died. Our Jessica Clark is on assignment there in Plains, Georgia. She joins us now live tonight. Jess, I know you've been talking to so many people who loved the late president.
Oh, absolutely. And so many people who are either just fans, but a lot of people who are also friends, even some family of his. And so really this town is in the final stages of preparing for this funeral procession that will take place tomorrow. This is the high school where he and eventually his wife, Rosalind, attended in the 1930s, and it's going to be right out here where that funeral procession will take place, just on the streets in front of the school and into the downtown area. And it's these streets and this town that Jimmy Carter and Rosalind loved so much.
Yeah, and there's something else I'd like to show you.
Jill Stuckey
Yes.
knows almost every aspect
So that's a young Jimmy.
of Jimmy Carter's life.
Now we get into the presidency.
She is the superintendent of the Jimmy Carter National Historic Park run by the National Park Service. It takes up a chunk of his hometown of Plains. It includes his boyhood home and farm.
It shows how rural life in South Georgia in the 1930s.
It includes a school.
This would have been a typical classroom that a little Jimmy and a little Rosalind would have sat in.
It includes Carter's campaign headquarters.
The depot where President Carter started his campaign.
The sites and the town pull in visitors from across the country.
We wanted to see where this president came from, what his life was growing up.
And soon the National Park Service will also include the Carter's home, where Jimmy Carter just passed away Sunday.
They donated their house to the Park Service in the 80s.
Not only did Stuckey know Jimmy and Rosalind Carter professionally, they were also friends for decades.
Every Saturday night that the Carters were in Plains and not busy, they would walk down to our house and have dinner.
And so his death is sad for her, and so Stuckey is.
On adrenaline right now, and we'll let everything sink in after the fact.
She got to know the Carters while working for the state in Plains in the 1990s, and she stayed.
So I'm the luckiest person in the world. I got to meet my hero, got to spend 30 years with my heroes, and admire them more today than the first day I met them.
Those heroes became her friends, who just so happened to begin life in Plains, Georgia, meet the world, and return home, where their story will continue to be told. And I asked Jill Stuckey, the superintendent here, why did the community and the Carters think it was okay and wanted the National Park Service to operate so many of the historic sites like the school here in the town? And she said, flat out, tourism. She said they understood the power of tourism and how it could bolster the economics of the small rural Georgia town. We're live in Plains, Georgia. Jessica Clark, First Coast News, on your side.
What an impact they have had there. Jess, thank you. And you can get the schedule of funeral events for Jimmy Carter right now on the First Coast News app. Plus, our 30-minute special looking back at Jimmy Carter's life is streaming right now. You can watch Remembering Jimmy Carter, a First Coast News special on demand on First Coast News Plus.